Now this is my video on the Aryans, talking about who they are, where they come from, and all that jazz. It's done in 3 parts, and all 3 parts are right in here. Peace to you. Now, there are many theories where the Aryans come from. And this map displays some of them. You can see where the origins are thought to be around the Black Sea, but where they are, where they started is not very sure, 100% sure. You can see it stretches from Ireland to India. So there's a lot of different ideas, and you kind of tell what these are just language groups. People up here, not necessarily the Aryans. Various peoples. This one is a fairly popular one. If I can get it to stabilize, so you can read it. But it says, Germanic, Baltic, Celtic, Italic, Greek, Iranian, Armenian, Indo-Aryan. Here's another fairly famous one. Again, by kind of quasi-modern language sources, or not language sources, I mean this is about 500 BC, about, again, fairly modern. See how it stretches. Now, people have known about the Aryan migration for a while, or the Aryans, because if you take someone from Ireland, right, and if you take somebody from Ireland and make their skin 100% dark, give them dark eyes, dark hair, they wouldn't look black, right? They'd look like they were from India. If you took somebody from India and made, lighten their skin to, decrease the melanin in their skin, give them blonde hair and blue eyes, they might look like they were from, Central Europe or something, or even just brown hair and, light brown eyes. These features, there's a genetic component to it, but also linguistically. The first time to connect language is academia connected languages. They realized that Hindi, Bengali, Irish, not English, but Irish, as well as English, German, Italian, Spanish, Romanian, Greek, all at one point, if you go back farther enough, they're all the same language. Not only that, culturally, these Aryan peoples were identical. Like in culture, language, religion. That's why the religion, the pantheons of ancient India, ancient Greece, ancient Italy, or Rome, the Celtic pantheons, even the Norse gods, they all had a counterpart. Some would emphasize some gods to be the head god or whatever, but they all had the same root thing. This is before the rise of the Bhagavad Gita, obviously. And there was changes going on, because they all knew, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, French, and Romanian all come from Latin. And then they go back farther. Well, Latin and Greek must have been one language before. And so you can see that the Aryans from Ireland to India, this was one people. Now, did the Aryans come from India? Did they go into India? And again, this is just like when we're dealing with Latin, Aryan was a part of the caste system. It was a section of the Brahmins, the priests, right? And Aryan is where we get the name for Iran, the Persians, the Aryans. But, just like Latin, you could say, well, not all Iranians are Iranian or Aryan, because not all of them belong to the Brahmin caste system, Like, for instance, Zoroaster, he was an Aryan Brahmin, or Zarathustra. But yeah, this is where it comes from, these one group of people, this swath of people, right? And even though Semitic languages, like the Arab languages, are different, when talking about the people and not the language groups, many times the people are added in as Aryans as well, even though they're Semites. But in modern day times, you can go, if you look at Indian blood, Iranian blood, Greek blood, Italian blood, Irish blood, you can tell if somebody is from that Aryan line of descent. Sometimes they're called Indo-Europeans, Indo-Aryans, whatever, but it's one people group, and it's amazing. But everybody kind of knew this instinctually, because if you look at a black sub-Saharan African or a Far East Asian, like a Chinese person or Japanese, and then you look at anyone from the Aryan group, you can tell that they're more related. They have the same, what's called Caucasian features. Caucasian means across the Caucasus, but it's from that area, that Black Sea area. So that, it's kind of funny if it says Caucasian on something, an Indian can write, or a Persian can mark down that. And Persians are, in many, many ways, far more like, whether it's genetically, ethnically, linguistically, far more like Europeans than they are like their neighbors to the south, the Arabs. Even things like blonde hair, red hair, green eyes crop up a lot more in Iran than they do in the Arab Peninsula, where they're far more rare. Peace to you.